So here's where I got to by the end of the long weekend. Got all the cross bracing in. The 1x2 there is just tacked. It's not welded out yet, but it's all tacked in and in position. I'm starting to work on the doghouse cover in here, and I've also got, I don't know if you can see it in the video here or not, but the perimeter for the bed frame. And I've been working on the assumption that I was told that the bed that was in my other bus was a California King, which is 72 by long, or 72 wide by 84 long, and that's what I was going on. It seemed, anyways. So I built this to those dimensions because I like the bed size. And then I was going, holy crap, that's frickin' huge. So I went and measured the bed that's in there in the other bus, and it's actually a queen, 60 by 80. So I'm going to cut this down because that's plenty big enough. This is nuts. I get 6 feet wide and 7 feet long. Have a whole family in there. So anyways, I'm going to just downsize it to a queen. I've got the door will be from the bathroom into the bedroom here. There's only going to be, if I leave it this size, it's only going to be about 20 inches, which is, you know, not a lot of room. If I narrow it up to a queen, it'll give me another 6 inches on either side. So I think I'd rather have the extra room than the extra bed size. Well, anyways, that's what I'm going to do next, and then I'm going to weld this all up and finish up the. I got a ways to go here on the engine cover yet, but that's my next on my hit list. Anyways, I'll just keep doing this as I go. Well, there's the bed frame cut down to a queen size. Much better. Not so much narrower it is there. I'll cut that off, and then the end table can go in on either side. And that's with the slide out slid in. Fun and games. Alright. Alright, a little farther along here now again. Got the engine cover. Kind of hard to tell because it's just a bunch of steel in here, but the engine cover in here. Once this gets skinned, it'll be a little bit easier to see, but at this point. So I'm just going to have aluminum on the bottom side here, aluminum skin, 2 inches of spray foam insulation, and then another aluminum skin on top. I think I'm going to put a lip. So it has one sealing surface here, so I'll have a seal between here and this in here, and then I think I'm going to put a piece of flat bar under here, 1-inch flat bar, and I'll put another seal there all the way around, so I'll have 2 seals, one here and one here. I don't want to try and get rid of as much engine noise as possible, and you know, any fumes or smell or anything like that. I don't want it coming up inside, so I'll I think 2 seals on there will be good. And then the you know, this is also going to be skinned with aluminum on the inside. Where are we at here? There we go. Skinned with aluminum on the inside, insulated, and then you know, whatever board I put on the outside, probably stained oak plywood or something like that, whatever it ends up being. So yeah, that's the queen size bed frame. there. That's pretty much where it's going to sit. That's centered in the slide opening, not centered on the over the engine. So if that makes any sense. Anyways, it's the slide is kind of offset anyways from the engine, so the bed will be centered in the slide. Excuse me. Got all the horizontal pieces in the slide here. They're all just tacked in place right now. I'm going to go ahead and weld it all out now, and then that's pretty much it for slides and everything. That's all done. Of course, I got to put the power. However I'm going to power them. Put that on it yet, but the slides are all done. Well, I shouldn't say that. I got to put the seals in them yet, but I mean the basic construction of it's done. I think this one here, I think I can get synchronized linear actuators. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. Put one on each side. So I'll mount it here and here, and then it'll slide between those two rails. That'll keep the engine cover. Just take the engine cover off, and that whole open area will be open. So it's easy to access the engine. The bed frame here, it just will hinge up, kind of like that, up as high as it needs to be able to get in there. Probably just a couple of gas struts to hold that up, and then I'll be able to lift the engine hatch off and get in there and work on the engine. The other two slides I'm just going to use hydraulic cylinders on. Just a single cylinder in the center. That's all it needs. This is all it would need too, except that puts it right in the middle of the engine hatch, and so then you'd have to take the hydraulic cylinder off each time you want to do that. That would be a pain in the neck. So I'm thinking two synchronized linear actuators. I've got found a place online you can buy them. They're not that bad. That and the synchronizing units, I think the whole thing was like $500 or something like that. So it's probably the way to go here. And yeah, so I'm just going to continue on. I'm just getting ready to put the skin on the bottom of the engine cover here. I'm going to rivet it all down, hold it in place with some plecos here, and then rivet it, and then I'll form a 1-inch lip around the perimeter. Just fold it over, hammer it over. Alright, so I'll get started. Okay, so there's enough plecos in there to hold it in place now. I'll just go ahead and drill it all out. I'm going to rivet it every 6 inches. That should be plenty for this. Here we go. Alright, so now about an hour later and 35 rivets later, so I'll rivet it down. I'm just going to form this edge, so should just take a few minutes, and then I'll install it. And then there's all the edges formed. Find my spoon, so I had to use a ball peen hammer. Works, but it doesn't do as nice a job. Anyways, it is just an engine cover. So yeah, now I'll go ahead and put it in. Okay, there it is, dropped in place. And that cavity will get filled with insulation, and then there'll be another aluminum skin like that put on top of it. should quiet it down pretty good. I mocked up the windows in those openings there today too, so I'll get a look at that too. So I knew these windows were not going to be a drop-in, bolt-in thing because there is some differences, but these windows are not exactly the same as an MC9. However, I didn't think they were going to be this far out of whack. I'm going to have to build a whole frame for these windows, which is going to be more work, but it'll be worth it in the end. Take a look at the other side. So this one's going to take more fitting than the other one even. Not show up all that well, but I gotta build a curve up at the top there, build a spacer all the way down that leading edge and around to the corner here. So I got some stainless steel sheet here. I'll make them up out of that and then install them. It'll be a lot of work, but I think it'll be worth it. Those are nice windows. Slides and the screens and everything way nicer than the factory windows, so yeah, fun and games. I don't know how well it shows up from back here, but anyways, there we go. I'm done for the day. Pooped.